Will you go with us to church, Miss Buffum?
Of course not. Going to church is like going to Boston. You only enjoy it after you've gotten home.
We are to pray for the repose of our late pastor's soul.
Doesn't that rather depend on where it's gone?
Very intimidating to play, such a great thinker and such a great artist. But I guess I had loved Emily's poems and even her letters from a very early age. We had a recording that would play a lot in my house, and I guess I found, particularly as a young person and a kind of a shy young person, I found a lot to identify with her, and I think that's not unusual. I think a lot of people see themselves in Emily Dickinson, so that made me a little more bold. But the other main historical person that I played is Eleanor Roosevelt, and these are, even though they're both very famous, great women, they couldn't be more different in terms of Eleanor Roosevelt. We know in great minutiae so many autobiographical details, and we know what she looked like, and we know what she sounded like, and there's endless footage of her. Emily Dickinson, we have, of course, all the poems and a lot of the letters, but we have one photograph. And I think one of the things about Emily is, for someone about whom we know so much about the interior life, there is a lot that is veiled. And so I think there are a lot of different camps of Emily was really like this, Emily was really like that.
We shall become fast friends.
Of course we shall. I'm irresistible. Everyone says so. When the new pastor does arrive, you must point him out to me.
So that you too may be saved.
No. So that I will know whom to avoid.
She was able to, what we would call today, unplug. But when she was plugged in, she was very plugged in. And I can totally, it's quintessentially today in a certain way, she's so longing for communion with people who she loves and are not there. I can imagine her just emailing and tweeting all day long. Maybe that's a perverse thing to say, but, I think the thing about Emily also is that we should learn from, in terms of your question, is she knows how to unplug, right? So she can do all the stuff, she can communicate, and then she's selfish in the best way. She then takes time for herself and says, this is what's important to me. This is my work, and I give me to myself, and this is my time with me alone. So in some ways, I long for Emily to be alive now, because I think she's such an extraordinary person. She would have created something amazing in whatever era in which she lived. But if virtual communication was as easy for her then as it is now, I think she would have derived a lot of benefit from it. Maybe that's a perverse thing to say. We also had a record of Julie Harris reading selected poems and letters. So Julie Harris's voice is in my head, and I always identify with Julie Harris too. It was one of the sort of sadnesses of my life that when Julie Harris did Amanda and the Glass Menagerie, that I was not cast as Laura, because I felt like I feel such kinship with her. Surely she feels it about me. I really love the directing. I could never direct a film, though. I know that. At least I think I know that. But one of the things that is extraordinary about starting to direct things is you have a greater appreciation for the directors that you work with, and also an appreciation that everybody is different as a director. They have, different strengths and different things that they're looking for. And Mike Nichols used to say that directing is like sex. You just sort of do it in the best way that you think, because you never get to see how other people do it. But I feel as an actor, it's not entirely true. So I get to see other directors direct, and so I steal whatever I can. Like a peeping Tom, I guess.